There has been a never-ending debate about who the most skilled brawler in the game is. So I made a poll and over 2,000 of you casted your vote, so here I represent to you the results. Now every brawler got a vote except for one. It's Ems. I mean, she's not the most difficult brawler, but keeping yourself at a distance where your attack gets maximum value requires at least a little bit of skill, I guess. But no, not a single person voted Ems. Then we also have a few brawlers which only received one vote, and they include Jessie, Larry, Shelly, Draco and Gale. Jessie kinda surprised me here. Her attacks are pretty slow and they aren't the easiest projectiles to hit, but I suppose she's one of the easiest brawlers to play in the game apparently. Next up are brawlers with 2 votes, and here we have Barry, Leon, Sandy, Meg, Frank and Spike. This seems alright except for Leon in my opinion. Leon has so much potential. Yeah, he's easy to pick up, but his skill ceiling is pretty high to be honest with you. But if we're purely looking at how hard a brawler is when you first start playing, then sure, he's not that difficult. Moving on to some brawlers who received 3 and 4 votes, and we got Bo, Pearl, Clancy, Nita, Tara, Daryl, Rosa and Cordelius. And for most of these brawlers, you just gotta mash auto aim and that's about it. But Bo is a little bit more difficult. With Bo you gotta learn how to walk, because if you walk this way, the spread of your shots will be wider, making it easier to hit your enemies. However, you deal less damage. If you walk the other way, shots will be more compact and you will melt people, but it's a lot harder to hit your shots. Also, knowing where to place your mines for maximum value requires some skill and game sense. Then we have brawlers who got 5 votes, and here we see Griff, Pam, Tick, Chester, Colette and Charlie. I think we can see that these brawlers all have projectiles that are pretty easy to hit except for Colette, but you can still usually auto aim because her projectiles are in fact pretty fast. Let's rush to the brawlers who got 10 votes or more, but before that we have Kenji, Lou, I don't agree with this one, Lou's projectiles are hard to hit, El Primo, Mo, Lily, Buster, Eve, Bibi and Buzz. Buzz. I mean, again, just like Leon, Buzz is easy to pick up but hard to become really good at. I'm sure almost none of you can hit clips like this, and y'all are still saying Buzz is an easy brawler. The tricks you can do with his super are so incredibly difficult. 2 brawlers received 10 votes, which are Otis and Lola, and they are pretty average, so yeah, I agree. Crow, Fang, Melody and Squeak got 11 votes. Amber, Barley and B got 12 and Rika got 14. Then with 15 votes we have Bonnie, and Brock and Penny both received 16 votes. Miko got 17 votes, and I know what you're saying,
you just spam auto aim and win.
but there is somewhat more to Miko. I don't know what actually. You know what? Never mind, it's fine. Moving on to Bull, who got 18 votes, and just like Buzz, Bull has a massive skill ceiling. You can't just auto aim your super. Well, you could do it, but no. You look at the brawlers you're facing, you calculate every move, and you get as much value as possible. Tied with Bull is Mr. P, and with 19 votes we have Chuck. This is very interesting. You got a good post setup, and then you win or you lose. Yeah, that's about it. Moving on to Poco, Surge and Kit with 21 votes. This is where the list is starting to fall apart. Kit, what? That's crazy. You get your super, you jump, you spam your red button and you kill. So much skill. Okay, his yarn balls are medium difficulty to hit, but really, Kit? Sure. Next up with 23 votes is Gene, and all you gotta do is hit your pools. Unfortunately, this is pretty difficult, so yeah, I could agree with Gene. We're moving on to Doug, who got 25 votes. I think there were some trolls when filling out this poll. I mean, it'll become more clear soon. Besides Doug, we also have Mandy and Gus with 25 votes, RT and Willow with 26, and Ruffs with 27, and Edgar with 28. See what I mean by trolling? Yeah, Edgar doesn't belong here. However, Carl with 29 votes probably does. Next, we have a 3-way tie between Piper, Belle, and Jackie. Let's get rid of Jackie here. Piper and Belle and Jackie got 31 votes, and in my opinion Belle is much harder to play than Piper. Piper has aimbot, deals twice as much damage as Belle, has multiple ways to counter assassins, and has a hypercharge that is actually useful. She gets a lot of help from her abilities, which Belle doesn't get. Belle deals an alright amount of damage. She's cooked if an Edgar jumps onto her, and her trickshot gadget, although it's not very useful, it still gives you ways to kill opponents that you normally wouldn't kill. You also have to use your brain to like map out a path that the bullet will travel in order to hit someone, so that's pretty skillful if you ask me. Next we've got Janet with 34 votes, my goat Byron with 37, and Sprout with 41. Then, in my opinion, one of the most difficult brawlers, which is Grom. His attacks are super easy to dodge if you walk diagonally, and especially at high trophies, Grom is super hard to play. Then we have Ash at 49 trophies and Angelo at 56. Alright, we have a two-way tie for 10th place. It's between Maisie and Sam, and they're both high skill brawlers in their own way. Maisie has one of the most difficult shots to hit in the game because of her speeding up mechanic, and Sam on the other hand requires the most game sense out of any brawler in the game. Knowing when to go in and getting as much value out of your life as possible is tough, which a lot of people cannot do. I think Sam is more skilled than Maisie, simply because after you hit a super with her and have her slow start power equipped, you can just auto aim and start super cycling. At 9th place we've got 8-bit with 72 votes, and he's slow. Very slow. This makes him hard to play, as in a way he just melts your brain and it's just mentally painful. Dynamite is, according to you guys, the number 8 most skilled brawler who got 80 votes. I know we're not talking about the bushcam Dynamite here, but Dynamite is, I don't know actually. His jump shot power has a massive skill cap, and to become good at that you need to practice a lot. But Dynamite himself deals so much damage, and his stun gadget is insane, so I'm not too sure about this one. With 86 votes and in 7th place we've got Max, and yeah, she is very difficult. That's all I'm gonna say. The 6th spot goes to Nani, who received one more vote than Max, which is 87. Nani arguably has the most difficult attacks to aim in the game. They are super unique and are fairly easy to dodge, but if you manage to hit someone, the payoff is huge. Yeah, Nani isn't the best pick for new players. Now we're entering the top 5, kicking things off with Mortis, who got 91 votes. I'm not gonna lie, Mortis is a really difficult brawler, but his hypercharge. Let's talk about that. That is just a free team wipe. You can say whatever you want, but this tones Mortis down in terms of skill. With a pretty big jump in votes, we go to the number 4 most skilled brawler, and that is Stu with 114 votes. You just spam auto aim and super. No, well, yes, but there is such a big skill cap when it comes to Stu. A good player can win almost any matchup. Then, the top 3. You didn't expect to see him here, but Hank got 116 votes. I'm sure it's not serious, but oh boy do I love to see this. Okay, number 2 is Gray with 139 votes. Gray is a difficult brawler for sure. His attacks are really narrow and you can do some cool things with his gadget and super. So yeah, I mean he's hard, but is he that hard? The last brawler, Colt, received a total of 164 votes, and yeah, that's fair. You gotta mirror the walking pattern of your opponents, which makes his attack super difficult to hit, and his super, almost no one hits it. Even with the buff from his hypercharge, it's hard to hit something, so it's fair to say that Colt is the most skilled brawler inside of Brawl Stars. Do you agree? Let me know in the comments. Also, here are all of the results if you wanted to see them in a graph. So yeah, anyways, that was it for today. Huge shout out to my channel members and to everyone. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to sub, and I'll see you in the next one.